The seat next to me was empty when the plane took off. So why did someone whisper my name from seat 23B in the middle of the night? I was flying from Chicago to Seattle on a late night flight. It was not a full plane, and I was happy because the middle seat next to me was empty. I was in 23A by the window. Seat 23B was right beside me. No one came to sit here. I remember looking at it and feeling lucky. The plane took off smoothly. City lights became smaller and smaller under us. Soon everything outside the window was dark. I watched a movie for a while, then I felt sleepy. The engine sound was soft and steady. Most people around me were already sleeping. I don't know how long I slept, but suddenly I woke up. I felt something strange. It felt like someone had just sat down next to me. I slowly opened my eyes. Seat 23B looked empty at first, but then I noticed something strange. The seatbelt was buckled. I was sure it was not buckled before. I started at it, trying to think clearly. Maybe a flight attendant did it earlier. Maybe I forgot. I leaned a little closer. The seat cushion looked pressed down, like someone invisible was sitting there. My heart started beating faster. I looked around the cabin. Everything looked normal. Dim lights, sleeping passengers, quiet air. Then I heard it, very soft, right next to my ear. Daniel? I froze. No one on this plane knew my name. I had not talked to anyone. I slowly turned my head toward the empty seat. It was still empty, but I felt cold air coming from that side. I pressed the call button above me. A flight attendant came after a minute. Is everything okay? She asked kindly. I tried to sound calm. Was anyone sitting in 2-3B? She checked her tablet. No, sir. That seat is empty. Are you sure? Yes, she said. The flight is not full tonight. I looked back at the seat. The seatbelt was unblocked now. The flight attendant followed my eyes but didn't react. She could not see anything strange. Do you need anything? She asked. No, I said quickly. I am fine. She walked away. I tried to tell myself I was dreaming. Maybe I was half asleep. Maybe my mind was playing tricks on me. I closed my eyes again. Then I heard the seatbelt click right beside me. I did not look this time. I was too scared. The air felt colder. My arm felt like it was touching someone, even though I could not see anyone. Daniel? The voice said again, clear now. I slowly whispered, who are you? The answer came softly, sit to 3B. That made no sense, but then I remembered something. 3 months ago, I almost took a different flight for a work trip. Same airline, same route, but I changed my ticket at the last minute because I was not feeling well. Later, I saw the news. That plane crashed in a storm. No one survived. I suddenly remembered reading about it late at night. I even looked at the passenger list online. There was a man sitting in seat 23B. His name was Daniel. My name? My stomach felt tight. You are not supposed to be here, the voice said quietly. My hands were shaking. I changed my ticket. I whispered I wasn't on that flight. But you were meant to. The plane flights flickered for a second. I felt pressure on the armrest, like fingers pressing down. I could not see them, but I felt them. You took my seat, the voice said. I didn't know, I said quickly. I don't know. For 1 second I saw him, a pale face in the middle seat, eyes wide open, skin too white. He looked almost like me. Then he disappeared. The seat was empty again. The cold feeling was gone. Everything looked normal, but I did not sleep again for the rest of the flight. When the plane landed in Seattle early in the morning, I left quickly. My legs felt weak. I walked through the airport without looking back. But before I excited, stopped near a window and looked at the plane one last time. Through the small window, I could see seat 2-3B, and I saw someone sitting there watching me. I told myself it was just my imagination, but I knew what I saw in the plane. Someone sitting in seat 2-3B, waiting. I tried to forget it. I took a taxi from the airport to my hotel near the waterfront. The city was quiet, grey and cold. I felt tense, like I was not really there. My hands were shaking as I took out my phone and looked for news about the crash from 3 months ago. It didn't take long to find it. Flight 271. Heavy storm. No survivors. The passenger list. There it was. Daniel Harper. Seat 23B. My name. My age. My scare. Above my eyebrow. I felt my heart beat faster. I touched my forehead. That scare was mine. I walked along the pier to get some air. The wind was sharp and cold. I sat on bench and looked at the water. Then I saw him. The same face I saw on the plane. My face sitting on the bench. Beside me. Clear, real. Not a shadow, not blurry. You are not real, I said, my voice shaking. I was, he said quickly. And so are you? People walked past us without noticing. It was like he existed only for me. I asked, what do you want from me? He looked at the sky. You changed flights. You took my place. I didn't know. I whispered. I just felt sick that day. He nodded slowly. Because of that, the pattern changed. I died. You lied. I shivered. Pattern? What do you mean? There are moments when life expects one person and someone else takes their place. That's what happened. You were meant to be on that flight. My stomach turned cold. So, what now? He pointed to the sky. A plane flew above us. That plane? I whispered. Yes, the pattern will correct itself, he said. You can try to avoid it, but it will happen another way. I looked at my phone. An unknown number was calling. I answered. Mr. Harper, the woman said, your booking for today's flight shows seat 23B. Departure 3:40 p.m. I dropped my phone. I didn't book anything. I am sorry, she said. The ticket cannot be changed. I looked back at the bench. He was fading, his edges blurring in the morning light. You see, he said softly. It balances. I started at the sky. The plane above seemed normal. The wind was calm. A notification lit up my phone. Seat 23B, check-in open. I froze. Later, security cameras at the airport showed that a man should have been standing at gate C-17. The boarding list recorded Daniel Harper as checked in. Seat 23B was marked as occupied. When the plane landed in Chicago, the passenger in seat 23B was gone. The seatbelt was fastened and still warm. Even now, I can't stop thinking about him, about me, about seat 23B. Somewhere that seat is waiting.